Hi friends, welcome back to Daydreamers Barn. I'm Jess.
I'm Chris.
And today we're going to be doing our Q&A and then also celebrating 2024 with you guys. So if we want to, we can jump right into the Q&A. We had only a couple of questions. The kids had a couple of questions asked, and they have asked not to be on camera, but they did answer your questions. And so every person that asks a question, their name will be at the bottom, just so we don't mispronounce anybody's name. We do appreciate everybody that left a comment and asked us a question. We absolutely love interacting with you guys. So, yeah.
Yep. Yeah. So we're going to have the Q&A, and then we'll go into a little bit on what goals we have for the next year. Yeah. And maybe you talk about the channel a little bit, see direction on where we're going. Absolutely. Okay. Want to get into Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First question is, where are you originally from?
Me first?
Yep. Mine's easy, so.
So I am a military brat, as I've stated in a couple of our other videos. But where I call home is, I guess wherever we're at. The Upper Peninsula is home because that's where our mini farm is. But northern Georgia, Tennessee, Alabama area is where home is for me. Yeah. But that's where all of my family, almost every one of my cousins, that's where they still reside. So Tennessee, Alabama area.
Tri-state area type thing.
Yeah.
I was born and raised in Holland, Michigan.
Yeah.
Right there. So yeah, and then like she said, we're destined for the UP when we get back.
Yeah.
And that will be where we call home from there forward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next question is, have you ever considered to live here permanently?
So if I ever win the millions or become really, really rich, we will have a second home here in the UK. And that will be something that we will come and visit our friends, because we have made a lot of friends here. We absolutely love traveling, and I know when we have to leave, we will not have seen everything. Not have seen everything. So if I could, I would have a vacation home here in the UK. So guys, send me some good vibes that I win the millions.
Or just make a bunch of money.
That would be fine too. So, yeah. Yeah.
Yep. Alrighty. Next one is for the kids. We'll go over a couple of... Next one, we'll go over the kids' questions. First one is, do the kids prefer living in a rural or city environment? Obviously, we live out in the rural areas here.
Yeah, so the kids, I think that they've both said that they enjoy the rural area, and I agree. You know what I mean? I'm more of a city girl now than I think I've ever. Whoops. Rewind. I'm more of a country girl. You know what I mean? I like the animals. I like being able to not see a house right in front of me.
Yeah, be able to breathe some fresh air too. That's a big thing.
Yeah. I know our little farm has a community, you know what I mean? It has a couple houses, but
your houses aren't built right on each other.
No, by no means, yeah. It's, yeah.
You'll see it if you stick around.
Yes.
So the next question is, have the kids made any English friends?
So both of the kids have met people, you know what I mean? And I don't think that they would be like, oh my gosh, because you know how people are. You don't want to be like, oh my gosh, that's my friend. But Colette has made a lot of American friends because she goes to school on the base. Yeah. So that's where her friends are mainly. And Shane is just Shane. He did
meet some people that he worked with.
Yeah, earlier, but, you know what I mean? He's at that age that he's just like, he's a dude.
He's like,
whatever, yeah. Yeah.
And the last one, when we took a little bit of time to kind of put down some thoughts on this one.
So we really, this one was a question because we don't want to get political on anything because that's not what this channel is about. So we did touch on a couple of things, but we will not ever talk about things that are
controversial.
Well, we may, but you know what I mean? It's however people take them, that's not on us. That's on how people take things. So,
yeah. So this question is, imagine you were an English person in UK your entire life. What would be the pros and cons to moving across the pond? And like you said, this is kind of
just our take.
Our interpretation on what we've seen here, what we've seen there. Yeah. So, but we'll start with the pros first.
Yes.
All right. Pros. First one is opportunity for owning more land.
Yeah. One, because the United States is a lot larger of a land mass.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then we can go and also add on another pro is, the homes are bigger because you have more land, you have more space, you know what I mean, to have those bigger homes, So, where I work, people don't want to buy the big pieces of furniture because they don't fit in our homes over here.
Yeah.
They do in our American homes, but they don't here. We have to be very conscious on where we put things and, here. So that's why it's a pro in our minds.
Yep.
So, yeah.
And with that, talking about how much land America has, you talk about different climates too. That's a big pro.
Yeah, you can couple hours, you can go to the beach or you can go and snowboard and ski, and truly enjoy the beach.
Yep.
And it's not,
Yeah, I definitely enjoy the beaches over in the States, especially Lake Michigan.
Yeah, because I've realized I'm not an ocean or a sea kind of person. I am a lake. Take me to a lake. I can go fishing. I can sit out
more
and
along
get my
the
tan.
unsalted life.
Yes. Yeah.
And with that one too, travel for me, I consider it a big pro when you're over in the States, much because you can drive state to state without going through customs, without switching over sides of the road or the language changing on the signs or anything like that. So you can drive. You're in the same country. And it seems, if you drive from one side to the other or top to bottom, it's completely different climate, different areas, different natural beauties to look at. So it's
different accents, kind of like here, but on a much smaller scale.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a pro for us is because, when we talk about traveling, a 2-3 hour drive is nothing. A 6-hour drive is nothing to us because we're Americans. That's a normal commute.
And we're used to just getting on the freeway and going without roundabouts and everything else. It's just you're going.
Yeah. And we would take a 15-16 hour trip in one day. And we would stay there for 2 days and then we'd come back. Yeah. And that's a normal thing. You get in the car, like we were talking to a couple of our friends and they were like, oh, you're going to have like a 5-hour drive. You may want to do that on a longer, on a week trip. Why am I going to wait for a long weekend when I can just hop in the car and go?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think that's the pro is, when you get over there, you realize that getting in the car and driving so you can see something totally different is a normal thing over there. Yeah. Those commutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Next one. Fuel price per liter.
I'm going to let you speak on that because they come at me in the comments and I'm the one that answers people and I'm like, dude, you need to clarify this for them.
So, you can, the average, I did a quick search, the average price per liter, I did per liter for the US and the UK, over in the US is 88 cents per liter in the US. Over in the UK, the average is 144.3 pence per liter.
Yes.
So obviously it's a bit of a difference. And so the US is just, it's cheaper when it comes to fuel. Now, depending on what kind of car you have, you can get better fuel efficiency. We in the States like to get V8s and stuff like that.
So it's not.
So it doesn't always work out that well, but fuel prices in general are just a lot cheaper there. Now they're still going up in the States. They fluctuate, obviously, like everywhere, but I would say that's a pro.
Oh, well, and we see the difference on base because we get gas on base, and we don't do it on the economy, and we get charged per liter on base. And what we pay on base to what we pay off base is significant.
Yeah,
so
we have to have a ration card because we're visiting forces, so we're allowed to have those benefits, if you will.
So we pay the American price.
Yeah, so we see that versus what's off base, and it's like, it's pretty easy to see the difference there.
Yeah.
Okay, moving on to the next one is energy prices.
So I understand why that is a pro for the United States,
yes.
like 100% a pro for the United States. I have never been conscious of energy or thought, oh my gosh, how much energy is this taking when I plug something in?
Well, we've always been conscious, but not as hyper-conscious.
Overly conscious to where I don't even want to turn my flippin' heat on here because the flippin' energy price is through the roof. It's significant because we had a camper in the United States. We were running our AC at 70 degrees in our house to where we had a constant 70 degrees and it was hot. Yeah.
I don't know what that is, Celsius.
And I will put it on the screen, Celsius. We had a constant 70 degrees, so it was running at the heat of summer in the United States.
In Georgia. And we had a camper plugged in and we had, you know what I mean? We had different things that were constantly pulling juice and you just... Once again, it would go up, but it wouldn't be to the point where we've been over here shell-shocked with how much we've had to pay.
Yeah, and a 600-pound bill?
And that, yeah.
That is ridiculous. That is, who makes that much money? No, I don't.
Yeah.
That is just ridiculous.
Yep, so.
That is
obviously that's a pro for the U.S.
Yes.
Next one will be taxes in the U.S. compared to the U.K.
So, I think it is it's both. It is heading
so
towards...
and we can discuss that too because we have it listed as a con later on, and we can talk about that both right now. So we've listed as a pro because when you compare U.S. to the U.K., the U.S. is less taxes than the UK does.
Correct.
But we've also listed it as a con because the government is starting to become more of an issue when it comes to taxes and overreaching. To where it's being seen and felt by a lot of the people.
It is.
So that's definitely, we listed that as a con later on, but it ties in exactly with taxes because that's where it goes hand in hand.
Yep. So we're wanting to let people know that if you're wanting to move to the United States, the opportunities over there, I can speak job-wise.
That's one of the pros right there.
Pro job-wise, there are so many opportunities for employment in the United States that are just of a higher paying caliber than it is here in the UK. Like what I was able to make in the United States and trying to find something that would pay me what I was getting paid in the United States, there was nothing. And that is just crazy to me. How? You know what I mean? It's like, how can people live? I understand you don't have to pay for healthcare, but I didn't have to either.
Yeah, and there's a lot of other taxes and hidden prices that we see over here. That is just it's crazy to see how living on less of an income that the population is able to make do. But moving on, that covers most of them except for a couple other little ones that we noticed. One of them being emergency response times.
That is a pro in the United States. For many reasons.
Just statistically speaking, the national average that the U.S. shoots for is under 5 minutes. Is the average for the nation here is 7 to 15 minutes.
And we're not speaking rural areas; we're speaking city.
Right.
And we it's.
And we've had instances where we know people that have waited a lot longer than that.
A lot longer.
And it's just so. Like I said, in the States, in rural areas, you're away from cities, so it's going to be longer, and that's where we have volunteer firefighters.
In the United States, you have volunteer firefighters, you have volunteer EMS that will be dispatched to you, if the ambulance is on its way and it can't make it to you within life-saving time.
Right.
You know what I mean? Enough time to give life support or aid. So we have those in place in the smaller communities, so you have that. And I don't know if that's here. I really hope it is.
But that's interesting. If there is a thing like that over here, we don't know. We've never heard of it, but that doesn't mean it doesn't exist over here.
So I'm not saying the United States has got everything figured out, because that is not the case at all.
The last pro that I have listed is something that I found out pretty quick once we got over here, just kind of watching some of the TV, is probable cause. In the United States, in order for a police officer to pull you over in your vehicle, they have to have probable cause to pull you over. If they don't, it's an illegal act by the police officer. What we learned here is that police do not need probable cause. They can see your vehicle driving down the road. They want to pull you over, they can pull you over, and you are required.
Just because you're the next red car that they see.
Correct, and you're required to pull over and comply with the officer. In the States, you absolutely have to have a probable cause. They were speeding, they were swerving, they were doing something in illegal action for the officer to pull you over to start that interaction. So that was it's a big pro to me. Dealing with law enforcement stuff, understanding that is a huge thing that I enjoy back in the States. Didn't realize that it wasn't like that here, but that's one thing that I do consider a pro for the States.
The cops or the police officers are looked at different. You know what I mean? In the United States and here, you know what I mean? Here, I think that they can come into your home without having a warrant. In the United States,
I didn't research that one fully, but I think that is the case.
I don't know. Y'all can let us know if that's the case. But in the United States, you have to have a warrant to be able to enter the premises.
And same thing, you have to have probable cause in order to get a warrant by
a judge. So you know what I mean? It's just different. Laws are different.
But if that's what you grew up with, that's what you know. It's
a normal
probably
thing.
Not an issue.
I've not had a run-in with a cop other than speeding in the United States. But I respect the officers, and I don't have to worry about that negative interaction, because if I do get pulled over, I'm going to make sure that my hands are seen, make sure that there's, that I'm listening to the officer. They don't know who you are. They don't care who you are. They just want to be able to go
taking
home.
A risk every day that they're out there.
They just want to be able to go home, much like the officers here. So, they're doing a job for their country or their state in the United States. So, All
right. We'll burn through these cons real quick. Switching over, one of the first ones that we discussed, like I said, not trying to get political, but the fact that the U.S. only has 2 leading political parties. I consider that a con.
I do too. You know what I mean? Because I want everybody to feel like they are able to be spoken for in the United States. You know, and there are some people that are on the fence. Okay, they can agree with the Republicans or they can agree with the Democrats, but they don't agree with everything that they say. Or they feel like they're picking the lesser of two evils in the United States. And for us, it's just, I wish, you know, those people that were the little guys that were like, I don't really like either one of you guys. You can vote, but then your vote is not counted because you know that the two heavy hitters are...
One of them is going to win.
One of them are going to win, and you're like, well, my vote just didn't count, I guess. And, you know, it's just, Yeah,
it's one of the flaws that we do have with our political, or with our government system as far as the election goes.
Yeah.
I think we're coming a long way from where we've been, but I do know that there are still some things that need to be kind of fleshed out and worked on.
Yeah.
We talked about the government overreach. Next con would be school of choice.
Yeah, so here in the UK, they are able to, I guess people are able to choose or write a list and submit it of the schools that they would like their children to attend. In some states, it's just, you don't have a school of choice. It's just, if you're in this district, this is the school you go to. Whether it has good funding, it has good teachers, you have no say. And that, for me, is a big con. One of the main reasons why I started homeschooling. So, yeah.
Yes. Next one is public transportation.
Yeah, public transportation is just, you know, top notch here in the UK. And, you know, it is something that I feel gets viewed negatively in the United States. Yeah. That means, oh, you can't afford a car in the United States. I've never looked at it that way, you know, but I know that that's how some people are, like, a little snooty.
Yeah, and it's not as prevalent or as available as it is here.
In the inner cities and so on and so forth, it is, but
you don't have like the train system that can take you to and from big cities and, you know, running every few minutes type thing. So, I definitely think that's a con in the U.S.
Also, the cautious drivers, I think, is another con to the United States. Is drivers, I don't think they're as cautious.
They're focusing on them, their vehicle. That's kind of the mentality of the American driving system, if you will.
It's ridiculous.
Take care of your car and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Here, it's a lot more pay attention to the other side of the road, the other traffic, let them go, slow down, whatever the case is.
Everybody wants to arrive alive here and wants to take care of other people. And I think that is such a fantastic feeling for me that I have absolutely loved. So that is a definite pro for the UK.
Yep.
Con for the United States.
Next one would be the food quality.
Yeah, food quality it's just top notch here. I'm not saying that all food sucks in the United States. If you can go to good quality places, it's good.
Yeah.
But
the majority of the food is, and we've done the video in the past on talking what the difference is, literally the same exact type of food. Yeah. One's made here, one's made in the U.S.
Yeah, it's just different.
The ingredients are different. So I definitely look at that as a con.
Yeah, I agree.
Immigration.
Yeah.
So in the situation, if you're moving from the UK to the US, my assumption would be that you are moving over there to stay. So you would want to immigrate,
become at least a green card holder.
Right. And the process with that is very expensive. There's a lot of hoops to jump through. Yeah. And then the illegal immigration is becoming very prevalent in the U.S. right now, and that's once again a political issue. But it discourages people that are trying to
want to become a citizen, for me it slaps the people in the face that took the time and the money
Mm-hmm.
to do it the right way. And that makes me so mad for them, because I know I am proud to be an American, and I know there are many of my friends that are proud to be American that weren't previously Americans, and you know what I mean, and yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. And then last con that we have for the States, at least that we listed out.
Yeah, but there's probably
obviously there's many pros and there's many cons that
Yeah.
we didn't touch. These are just some that came to our mind when we were discussing.
Yeah. Because this video could go on for hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just on this question alone.
Maternity leave.
The UK is doing it right.
Yep, and I think most of the European Union countries as well have 52 standard.
The US, come on, we need to get on board with this.
The standard in the US is
6
12,
weeks.
6 weeks?
6 weeks, and I think you can take
Up to 12.
Up to 12.
Yeah.
And that's like FMLA or something like that.
Yeah, but over here it's 52
weeks.
weeks, so you can take a full year. And I think it's at like a 90% rate or something like that. But
it's just, and you still get paid to be able to stay home and have that bonding, have that, that nurture, that time to be a family and to have that bond with your kid.
Start those bonds.
It's just something that I feel is wonderful, that I wish the UK or the US would take some notes.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so
I really hope that we really didn't make anybody too mad with the things that we had an opinion on, or we think that are pros and cons. And if we did, sorry about it. But, we really want to truly share with you guys truthful opinions from us. We don't want to get political. We don't want to talk about certain things, because that's not what this channel is about. If you want to find that, 9 chances out of 10, you can find other
there's
channels.
plenty of other YouTube channels that cover that.
Do discuss those things, and you can go and argue with them about those things.
Yeah.
But that's not what this channel is about. This is a fun-loving, want to share our thoughts and our love for the UK and for the United States. So, yeah.
Speaking of that, with the YouTube channel, you want to talk about kind of the direction and
Yeah,
kind of
so
thoughts on what we're looking for?
happy 2024, guys. This is New Year's Eve. And so right now we are heading into New Year's. 2024 is, I feel, going to be a big year.
Yeah.
Yeah, a big year for the channel, a big year for my goals. I'll start with the channel. I want to start uploading a little bit more on YouTube as much as I can. I'm going to try and upload hopefully a short, a long, and then maybe another shorter, longer video.
Minimum one each, and hopefully another one either way.
2 to 3 mix and match videos in a week. And then start interacting with people on the community page. I have revamped the memberships because, times are tough, and I want to be able to have that priority response. I do respond to everybody, but there are times that...
That's what you do right now. It's, there's a lot of times that a lot of comments come in, and it makes it pretty difficult.
Yeah, it's, and I want to respond to everyone. And, if you want priority in your response, please, you'll have a little note, a little asterisk by your name if you want to become a member. It's, I think, £1.99 a month. And if, give us your feedback on that. Is that too much? Is that, I won't release any different kind of content. It will just
early.
You'll get early releases of videos that I have scheduled, not scheduled out like long videos, just within a week. You know what I mean? Any of the videos that are waiting to come out on a Sunday, you could get early access to that. That's kind of where I'm going. I'm going to continue to try and respond to everybody. you know, it's something that I absolutely love doing, but I do have my mommy duties, my housekeeping and my dog mom duties, my wifely duties, and then things that I enjoy, being the crafty person that I am and being able to refinish furniture and, you know, and be able to do all of that stuff. So, yeah.
So what are your goals going into 2024?
My goal personally, I want to write some ebooks, like how-to books. I absolutely love sharing things that I am good at or that I am passionate about. So yeah, and then I'm going to start creating some t-shirts and things of that nature. So like kind of starting my own little business, like side hustle type thing, you know, because that is something that I would absolutely love to do, is be an entrepreneur. And I have jumped in and bought daydreamersbarn.com, and so that's where everything will be, but that will be way down the road. But you know, it's just going to be stuff where I can share more with you guys, and you know, like blog posts and so on and so forth, and recipes and all of the good jazz. So yeah, I want to be able to connect and share and do the things that I know I am good at, and I want to be able to share with everybody else. So, yeah. Also, I want to start exercising a little bit more. You know, in 2024, I really want to, I have goals to, you know, I would love to be able to enter a competition one day. That's still a goal of mine. I don't know if I'm brave enough to do it, but, you know, get to competition level that I can feel good enough. Like, okay, if I wanted to sign up for this competition, I can. But yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that would be my two major goals, is, you know, doing something for me. Being over here and seeing all the small businesses, I thought, you know, why not? Yeah. Why not, you know, try to do something? I will still keep doing what I'm doing, but I think it would be pretty cool. Yeah.
Nice.
We'll figure it out. Yeah. What are your goals, mister?
My goals, my first goal is to finish my degree.
Yes. His master's degree.
Yep, on track to get that done the first part of this next year. So hopefully that everything stays on track, and then start preparing for retirement from active duty. Yeah. Those are my two big goals.
Yeah, because we don't know when that retirement date's coming.
I gotta figure all that stuff out. But either way, it's coming soon.
Yeah, 2025 is Will's up from here. Yeah. Yeah. Well, for D-Rose.
Yeah, right now, that's where it stands.
Yeah, so it's like being able to mentally prepare that, you know,
get me prepared, get the family prepared, get everybody ready for that stuff. So it's a lot of stuff to happen. It's not just like a regular permanent change in station. No. It's going back to the civilian life. So it's looking forward
without
to
a steady paycheck. Yeah. That's, I think, that's...
which is why we got the degree. Or that was a goal.
Yeah, that's definitely.
So,
you know, we really hope that 2024 is, you know, prosperous for everybody. We really wanted to spend the time with you guys. Would you guys like to see live videos from us, to where we can interact with you guys? Because that might be something we thought about. If we get to 3,000 subscribers, you know, maybe starting to do the lives, you know, every once in a blue moon, because I think that it will have, I'll be a little bit more prepared. I don't know if I'm going to be, because But I think that, you know, we want to hear what you would love to see from the channel, what you enjoy, your feedback. Also, what are your goals for 2024? because
Yeah.
2024 is I feel it's going to be a good year.
Put it out in the universe.
I'm putting good juju. I hope that it is, has good health. We all go into it with good health, good money goals, good thoughts and wishes, yeah. So that's all for us. Everybody, so here is a cheers to 2024.
Yeah.
We absolutely love you guys and appreciate everything that y'all have done and all of the support that we have had so far. February the 2nd is the first day of us uploading on YouTube, like our first official YouTube. So that will be our 1 year in YouTube. So we're going into 2024, and then shortly after we will be celebrating 1 year with running Daydreamers Barn. So yeah, I cannot wait to see where we are come 2025.
Yeah.
So
cool.
This has just been a hell of a ride so far, and we have absolutely loved it. Bye, guys. For now, we love you. We appreciate you guys. Be good. Make good choices and be kind to someone today. Bye, y'all. Mwah.